Good morning. This is Mornings with Michael. We shed a little light on the subject here. Hope everybody had a great Monday. It's a beautiful day. Tuesday is going to be a little wet. So after this storm comes through, there's another one purported to come through. But Mornings with Michael is brought to you for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. If you have a question about your personal finances, you can reach us at 415-828-7997. Before we move on, let's start to share some screens. For some reason, Market Smith is no longer allowing to look at Greystone's Ethereum or Bitcoin. So I'm going to go over to Thinkorswim. And right now we got a little doji up here. A doji usually means a change is about to happen. So we had one over here after a big run up, doji, and we had a pullback. It is somewhat of a doji here on the lower end of the scale. We had a pullback. So we'll just have to see if that comes through. Had another gap up here. Had two gap ups in a row. Take a look at Ethereum. Not sure why the data is taking so long. Well, we'll check back a little later on this one. There's a big change in a few stocks today. We'll take a look at them. First, let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar pulled back, so that must mean gold has continued to gain strength. Gold was up slightly, not too much. Silver, I believe, had a pullback. The silver ended up, it pulled back earlier in the day, and it came back pretty much where it left off on Friday. This issue had a big number of options trading on it today. So we'll have to continue to watch that. Look at the 0 TNX. Did come back up to 3.5% interest. Take a look at SHI. The bond pulled back, so that must mean that the rates jumped up a little bit on the 1 to 3 year Treasury yields. And let's look at the yield on the 20-year. 20-year popped up a little bit here, about 52 cents up to 2.885. The NASDAQ was a little weak in the morning, but it did pop up towards the end. S&P 500 bumped its head up against the 200-day moving average again. Take a look at the VIX. The VIX had a pretty strong pullback there back to its 200-day moving average. We'll just see, it's kind of expected to pull back here, possibly get back to 22, and then we'll look for, see if we get another spike here. Dow Jones popped up against its 200-day moving average, much like the S&P 500. And the Russell 2000, the small caps, some small caps were stronger today. Microsoft had a big pullback today. It's down 2.5%. It had a pretty strong run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. So it's much less expected. So look at energy. Energy was down in the morning, popped up a little bit. Take a look at oil prices. They did about the same. Natural gas continues to pull back. It's amazing. This is the lowest it's ever been and continues to pull back. Mining and metals is bouncing. It looks like it's slightly above the 200-day moving average. Software bounced back here. CRM has been kind of leading. Former leader was ServiceNow. It's just remaining at that conglomeration of the 10, 20, 50, and 200, which is all grouping together there. Workday continues to do well. Hubs had a pretty strong pullback in the morning, and then it's right about a 10 and 20-day moving average. Real estate is trying to do the good fight. Building is coming back. See if it can get up to its 200-day moving average. This biotech is struggling a little bit. The other biotech seems to be a little stronger. See if it can fight up to its 200-day moving average. I think this is bigger biotech valuations compared to the XBI. Transportations pulled back. Jets is kind of staying flat below that 200-day moving average. Out of the office, leisure, it's actually popped above its 200-day now. Airbnb is holding kind of strong. And for the moment, I've booking is the other one that's holding pretty strong. Marriott was a big winner today. Now let's kind of take a look at what are some of the other stocks that were moving on volume. I'm just not sure why this isn't working so well today. In the meantime, let's stop the share and see if Ethereum still didn't. Maybe we have a little bit internet problem here. I'll just take a look at my cheat sheet here. So URI, United Rentals, was up on volume. Federal Signal up 2.2%. CNO Financial. Some of these there's a lot of insurance companies popping up today. LPL Financial, another financial services that was up on high volume today. You can see the blue bars are above average volume. Kirby in the oil sector. Adobe in the software sector, after its earnings, 13% up. It's continues to move up. We already looked at Marriott. Canadian Solar, still above all its moving averages, but broken clock is still correct twice a day, I guess. And here's the final one. Everest, another insurance related in Bermuda, is up a little over 4%. We'll take a look. Foot Locker came out and had their earnings before the open, and I don't think the market really liked it. Went up initially, but down 5.7% for the day. Chinese issue PDD gap down 14% on 31% earnings increase, huge volume on the sell-off. Western Alliance Bancorp can't get a break, is down close to 7%. Titan Machinery, which they were displeased with their earnings, continues to sell off, down nearly 4%. Dice Therapeutics down close to 9% on earnings. Sandy Spring Bancorp, another Bancorp that is suffering, down 3.4%. Advanced Drainage Systems. It had reported 15% earnings over here, and it's been struggling ever since. Been mostly red bars. There was a couple of blue bars here, but it continues to go down the drain, as they say in the news. MicroStrategy had been going up on Bitcoin. They have a massive amount of Bitcoin on their balance sheet. We'll continue to watch that. And our final one is BioLife Solutions, pull back about 3.5% on their earnings. So that's going to wrap it up for today's show. Well, I'm going to look at one more ETF. Looks like the utilities still continue to shine. But that's going to wrap it up for Mornings with Michael. Remember, Mornings with Michael is for informational and educational purposes only. If you have any personal finance questions, feel free to text us at 415-828-7997. Hope everybody has a great Tuesday and continue reaching for your goals and your activities. And we'll catch you on the next shift on Wednesday.